My dear students, I, Dr. Ritika Bansal, is going to teach you the Indian Contract Act 1872. As first of all, you have to understand the meaning of Indian Contract Act, and this is the year for the establishment of this act. This act comes into existence in the year 1872. Now, let's start discussion with the word contract. What is the meaning of contract? What is the basic object behind passing of this act? What is the historical background of this act? Before the year 1872, there was no law in India which deals with the mercantile law or which deals with the general principles of Contract Act. So there was a need in 1872. This act comes into existence with the purpose of creation of a new form of contract. Now first of all, you have to understand what is the meaning of contract. Contract is defined under section 2H of Indian Contract Act, as Indian Contract Act defines contract as an agreement consists of reciprocal promises or which is enforceable by law. Section 2H of Indian Contract Act deals with a contract means an agreement enforceable by law. This is the meaning of contract which is defined in section 2H. A contract means an agreement which is enforceable by law. Now students, you have to understand the meaning of the word an agreement and again the meaning of the word enforceable. Agreement means reciprocal promises between two parties. Now first of all, you have to understand the meaning of reciprocal. Reciprocal means whereby both the parties are ready to fulfill their promises. If suppose in a contract there are two parties, A and B. A is ready to sell a bike for rupees 10,000 and similarly B is ready to purchase it for rupees 10,000, then it is a contract. So here we mean to say by reciprocal whereby both the parties are ready to fulfill their respective promises. If suppose A is the owner of the bike and he asks for rupees 10,000 for the bike, and B, who is the buyer, if he is ready to purchase the bike, then he has to pay rupees 10,000 to the A. So A, the person A is named as the promisor and B is known as the promisee. Or you can say it as offerer or offeree. So these are the two parties in a contract type. Offerer and offeree, promisor or promisee. These two are the same things. Offerer means who offers something to another person with a view that the person accepts whatever the offerer says. And promisee is again a person who is ready to fulfill the promise, which is the proposal which is made by the promiser. So these are the two parties in a Indian Contract Act, the offerer and the offering. And here the word agreement consists of the reciprocal promises between two parties. Reciprocal means the parties should be bound by their own words. They are ready to fulfill whatever they promise, so they are ready to fulfill that promise. Again, here it consists of minimum number of parties are two parties. So contract can be made between two parties or more than two parties. Again, very important thing which you come to know about parties. So here the question arises, who are the parties to the contract? The parties, generally I told you earlier that offerer and offering. These are the two parties in a contract. But in law, another party is also there, that is artificial person or natural person. Contract may be made between artificial persons and natural persons. Now, students, you have to understand the meaning of natural persons. Natural person means like you, like me, or means the human beings. They are allowed to enter into the contract because only the thing which is required is that there should be offerer and the offering. Another thing which you have to understand the meaning of artificial person. Artificial person include companies, any incorporations, any societies, etc. It means those entities which have legal existence. So they are also allowed to form the contract. Means a contract may be entered into between a company and a natural person, and between a natural person and artificial person, and the two may be natural persons, or the two may be artificial person. So this is the requirement for Indian Contract Act, that first of all there should be parties to the contract. Now another thing which is important to know, for the formation of the contract, two things should be there, that there should be offer and acceptance. Offer should be made by the offering and acceptance should be made by the acceptor, or I'm sorry, so for the purpose of formation of contract, these two things should be there. First, there should be an offer, another there should be an acceptance. Means offer should be made by the offerer and acceptance should be made by the acceptor or the offering. Another thing which is required is enforcement. For the purpose of formation of a contract, it is mandatory that it should be enforceable by law. If it is enforceable by law, only then it is a legal contract, or you can say a lawful contract. Another form is standard form of contract. Standard form of contract is generally followed by big companies where it is not possible for them to negotiate individually with each and every kind of person. So they have a pre-drafted. A draft is should be there. So there is no option available to the parties to negotiate. Only the person, the offerer, the companies, they have a pre-draft with them. The other party has no option to negotiate. Then they only have to sign that document. They have to follow whatever is written in that agreement. So this kind of contract is followed by big corporations like railways, like LICs, and like all other companies which can provide services in a large number of people. Another kind is promissory estoppel. Promissory estoppel is a kind of contract whereby the contract is formed by way of promise. So here, students, you can see that E is there. E plus stop. A kind of extra emphasis is placed in this word stop. It means that here, once a promise is made by the parties, they are not allowed to revert back from their words. This can happen not because they enter into the contract. It means there is no kind of draft with them, but they are bound by their own words. A kind of where we can say if they are having a good reputation in the society, then they are again not allowed to revert back from their words. So this kind of generally this way is adopted by those people who are having a prestigious form in the society, or a very honest man, very kind of imandar, jisko you can say कि people trust over that person. So this kind of this